So here you can see that I've gone ahead and copied and pasted the different examples of logical fallacies that I found in our article. So here in Bandwagon I have, for Jews who have almost religiously believed in medical authorities about vaccines and poo-pooed those worried about the safety of vaccines, they might want to notice that Hillerman was Jewish. So right now it's suggesting that because some of the doctors are Jewish, all Jewish people should believe them just because of that. Okay, so that's my explanation for that one. Now we'll come down here to scare tactic. I found a couple of different examples of scare tactics, so I'm going to go ahead and make this a bullet list on this side so that I'll be able to see that they're separated. Alright, they are all contaminated with viruses. So again, the scare tactic is it's saying that vaccines are contaminated and therefore, whoops, I misspelled and therefore all vaccines are, well, I'm going to say shouldn't be trusted or shouldn't be gotten. Wow, my spelling is terrible when I'm typing one-handed. There we go. Shouldn't be allowed. I don't know why it's saying, there it is, okay. Alright, and then my second one, it says it can contaminate people's DNA just, well, it's supposed to say just as genetically engineered, but again, they typed it wrong. Genetically engineered crops can contaminate normal crops. You can tell I don't have a lot of respect for this author, if for no other reason than they simply cannot spell. It's very frustrating to read. But also because they're spouting a lot of rhetoric and logical fallacies. Okay, so again, it's a scare tactic. It's saying that, it says that the vaccines are going to change human DNA. Oops, going to change human DNA. Okay? Now we get down into false authority. The U.S. government has conceded the, again, it should be Hep B, but they wrote HEB, vaccine causes lupus. Alright, so that's a false authority because we don't know who in the U.S. government, oops, we don't know who in the government stated this, and we don't know that we don't know what their credentials are. Essentially, they're just saying, since we used the word U.S. government, then you should listen to us. Okay. And then here it says the pharmaceutical industry has a long history of seeking a vaccine that would covertly sterilize whole populations. Again, oops, we don't have a good authority to listen to. So I'm going to say both of these statements are just expecting us to take their word without knowing why we should trust them. All right, so now we're going to come down here. Now, for the either or choices or false dichotomy, I didn't really find something that was specifically quoted from it, but basically I could tell the author's given the reader two choices, either take all vaccines or take no vaccines. In reality, every person is able to choose about every vaccine that they get. So, by suggesting that there's only two options, the author is trying to make the reader think that his is the only right choice. Or the only safe choice, really. He's trying to say that if we don't listen to him and we get any vaccine, that we get vaccines, then we won't be safe. Okay, so during the Holocaust, I only quoted a portion of this, but during the Holocaust that the pharmaceuticals experimented on Jewish women prisoners at Auschwitz to develop a vaccine that sterilized covertly. This to me seems like an example of slippery slope. The author is suggesting that if vaccines are mandated, meaning that people have to take them by law, and it's for public safety that they do that. We don't want students with certain diseases in school spreading those diseases to one another, right? But anyway, so if the vaccines are mandated by law for public safety, then our country is going to become Nazi Germany. Okay, and then the last one, emotional appeals. The chief, if not sole, cause of the monstrous increase in cancer has been vaccination. So the author starts off by trying to make us mad. Starts off by trying to get the reader angry. He's using very emotional words, monstrous. That's a word that really is very descriptive. It's not very fact-based, but it's very descriptive, so it's designed to be very emotional. So he's trying to get the reader angry about vaccinations. And again, he's not using logic there. He's just using emotion. Okay, so by looking at all of this, if you were to turn in a notice, name, effect chart with that much information on it, you would probably have a 150. I'm not expecting that much information. I'm expecting 3 examples of logical fallacies and clear explanations in the effect chart, in the effect column, that tells me what is the author trying to do, what is the author trying to get the reader to think or feel, how is that specific logical fallacy being used, okay? Now is the time for you to choose one of the 4 articles, Article 1, 2, 3, or 4, and do your own notice, name, effect chart. If you have any questions, raise your hand and ask Miss Angelette. She'll come help you.